guys, welcome back to the new video. So in this video, we're gonna make this portfolio website using the WordPress and the Elementor. So let me show the demonstration of the project which we're gonna make in this video from start. Okay, so here you can see that we have our website. Okay, so let me refresh the website for you. And after refreshing, let me show that we have this cool animation coming here like this. Also, you can see that we have very fast animations. And here we have the sticky header, which is always sticky at the top when I scroll below. And also you can see that here we have the black and white fill. Here we have the imagination is in this color. Then we have the getting started button. And here we have this hover effect on this button. We have this type of borders here. And we have this type of buttons here. Also you can see that in the menu we have this logo. Then we have the about, scale, services, project, testimonial, contact. And when here we also have the getting started button. Okay, and you can see that the hover effect we have in the menu is like this. And let me refresh this once again. And after refreshing, you can see that we have the animations coming here like this. Okay, so let's move to the next section. Here we have the about us section, very simple about us section, but this is looking very good with this color. Here we have the download CV button. We can put our CV in this. If you want to add, I will show you how we can do that also. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have the experience and skill section. Here you can see that we have this type of hover effect. When I hover, we have 1, 2 and 3. Okay, like this. And here also we have this animation. So let me show you that if I go below, we have this animations here like this. Okay, and here you can see that we have this section. Here we have the web development, digital marketing, graphic and lead generation. So if I refresh this, you can see that it will go from to we have these animations, and this number will increasing automatically. Okay, so here you can showcase all your skills of yours. Here I am showing the web development, graphic design, lead generation, and this. Then we have the services and solution section. Here we have the services and solution. Here we have the design principle, unique values and style components. Okay, so this is the section, and here we have the hover effect, and you can see that. And let's move to the next section. Here we have the latest working project. So here you can add your projects links. Okay, right now I have these projects which are same, but you can add your projects here. Here we have these arrows, so you can slide this by using these arrows. We can also slide this by using the mouse cursor like this. And here we have this type of effect. You can see that. Okay, here we can just slide it like this, and this is the auto slide also. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have the client to sales, means we have the testimonial section. So right now I have the same testimonial, but you can add different testimonial also. Here if I show you that we have this slider also, so we can also click on this navigation icon to make it slide like this. Okay, this is our testimonial section. And let's go below. Here we have our all prices section, where you can add your pricing. We have the influencer, get agency plan, enterprise plan. Okay, so if anyone is interested in your this type of prices, they can buy it from here. You can just put a PayPal link or your payment page here. Okay, so here we have the influencer, agency and enterprise, and here we have the hover effect like this. Okay, so let's go below. Here we have the latest news and blogs. Here we have all the blogs and section. Here we can slide it by using the mouse cursor like this. Okay, and here we have the here we have the navigation arrows also. We can also slide these blocks. Okay, so I will show you how we're gonna make this custom website using the Elementor. And we are not gonna import any pre-made website template like other YouTubers. Okay, so we're gonna build everything from scratch, step by step. I'm not gonna import any things from any template or all. Okay, so we always make things from scratch in our channel. So if you're new to our channel, like and share our videos and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so let's go below. Here you can see that we have this footer, and here we have the newsletter section. Here we have the stay to up to date newsletter, and here we have the form. Here in the subscribe button also I have this hover. Okay, then you can see that we have this client logos here, so you can just add your client logos like this. Right now I have the dummy clients, but you can add your client logos here like this. And then here we have the home, about, services, portfolio and contact, and here we have the copyright section. Okay, so you can see that when I scroll below, then this part of the header is always sticky at the top. Okay, so we have the sticky header. Then this is a scroll to top button. If I look at this button, it will take to the top of the website like this. So you can see that it has taken me to the top of the website. Also, let me show you that we have the about, skill, services, project, testimonial, and content. All are linked with all the sections by using the CSS ID. Okay, so you can see that when I click on it, we have the about, skills, project. So these are all the CSS ID. We have just put it in these sections. Okay, so let me show you the mobile part of this video, this website. So you can see that this website is totally responsive for the smaller screens also. Okay. This is fully responsive for the smaller screens. You can see that all of this section. So let me show you one by one all of this section. Here we have this section. Here I have a little bit more space, but you can put here less space. Okay, so these all small things can be adjusted. Okay, so you can see that, and here we have this services and solution section. Here we have this latest working project. Here we can have these arrows. Okay, so you can see that we have these arrows here, and we can slide it by using these arrows in the mobile part also. Here we have the client to say means all of the testimonial section, and here we have also these slides. Okay, these are all the slides, and here we have all of the prices section. So you can see that we have the influencer plan, agency plan, and enterprise plan. Okay, these are all the plans and overall prices. Then we have latest news and blog section. Here we have the blogs. So you can see that we have these blogs here. So we can just slide by using this mouse also. And here we have all of these blogs. So they are fully responsive. And here we have this newsletter. Then we have this client logos here. Okay, so these are fully responsive, and here we have the menus. Also, when I click on this, it will take to the top of the website like this. Also, here you can see that we have the mobile menu, which can be toggled like this. Okay, here we can just go on the about. We can go to the about, then skills, and also we have the services, projects, and all of these things are fully working. Okay, so you can see that we're gonna build this whole website step by step from start, and we are not gonna import any pre-made templates like other YouTubers. We're gonna make this everything from scratch. Also, I will give you all of these images in the video description for free. Also, you can buy this pre-made website kit from the video description at a very affordable rates. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start the video, and we're gonna build this whole project step by step from start. Okay, so for making this website, I have installed a WordPress installation. So you can see that we have this here. So let me show the themes and the plugin which I'm gonna use for making this website. So let's go to the themes. And here I'm using the official Elementor theme. Hello Elementor theme. Let's go to the plugins, and we are using the Elementor. Okay, we are using the Elementor, its pro version, and we are using the essential add-ons for Elementor, which is the free version. Okay, so you have to install all of this. Then you have to go to the pages, and you have to add a new page here, and then we have to open this with Elementor like this. Okay, so also let me upload all of these images. So I will give you all of these images in the video description for free. So let me go to this, and here I have all of these images. Okay, so SVG we have to upload after that, because SVG is not uploaded here directly. Okay, so we will use some other SVG for demonstration purpose. Okay, so we have all of these images which are required for making this website, and after that you have to go to the settings, go to the rating option, and here choose the static page and choose the home page. Okay, so whenever you gonna open this website from here, so this home page will open here like this. Okay, so this open will like this, and after that we have to make this layout. So you can see that for that we have to add some colors. So let's go to this global colors. So let's go to the global colors, and in the global colors we have to add this color. So let me go here, and I have to find these colors. So I think I don't have any extension here. So let me open this in there where I have the extension. So let me see. Okay, so here I have the extension. So we have the color picker tool here. So let me color. Okay, let me click here, and we can click on this, and then we can close this, pick color, then we can pick this color. Okay, then after picking this color we have to go to where? Okay, we can go to this, and here we can add this color. green. Here we can add this color. Okay, and then we have to again choose a color. Then we have to choose this black color here. Okay, let's go to this one, and here we have to add the black color. Okay, so these all colors are only required. Also we want to have this color, so let me pick this color again. Okay, so let me go below, and here I have to pick this also color. So let's go to this, and here we can add this gray color also. Okay, like this. So we have this color which is required for making this. So and for the fonts we're gonna use the Oswald fonts here. So let me close this here. So for the fonts we're gonna use the Oswald fonts. So let's go here, and here we can go to the settings. Here we can add this color, black color, like this. Save the changes. Here we can click on this and preview this, open this. Okay, here we have. Now what we have to do, we have to add this hero section here. So for that we can add a 2-section layout, and we can also rename it, and here we can add 1300, and for the advanced we have 80 pixel to the top and 80 pixel to the bottom, and inside this we have this container, and in this container we have also, then we can add an image here. Okay, so if I check there, we have all of these images. So let me remove this from the top and remove this also. Okay, then we have the text here, and here we can write imagination is more important than knowledge. So I am gonna write imagination is more important than knowledge. Imagination is more important than knowledge, and here we have the Oswald fonts. Okay, so then here we have the Oswald fonts. And here we have the EM value 1.2 EM. Okay, and here in the imagination we can put the span tag here. Okay, and here we can add style, color 09D665. so here I have 09D665, 09D665. okay, and here we can have this white color. Okay, then you can see that we have to add a container for making this type of layout. So here in the container we can put some padding too, and here we can add a para. Okay, and we can make this white. Also we have this border here now, so we can see this. Click on this, go to border. Here we can go to the solid, and we can add some left padding, left border here, like this, and we can also click on this, and here we can reduce the size of this, like this. Okay, and here we can add this to 13. Okay, like this. Then you can see that we have the getting started button here, so we can add this button. We have this getting started button, and in the icon library we can choose the play button or something, arrow. So we can choose these arrows here, like this. Okay, so you can also choose the arrow position, icon position, left and right, like this. Then we can here go to this green, and here we can just put some padding like 18. Also we can make this white, so I think here we have, okay, so on the hover we have like this, so let's add this border here also. Here we have the like this, and for this we can make this transparent, and here we can have this green, and border color will be also green like this. Okay, so this is done, and also we can put some gap here like this. Okay, and we can also click on this button to add the 30. Okay, so now if I go here and let's refresh this. After refreshing, you can see that we have successfully built the hero section. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the about and other section. And now we have this. So let's go to this, and here we can add the two section layout again, and here we can rename this to about, and here we can write 1300 max width, and in the advanced we can add it to the top, it to the bottom like this, and inside this also we have this container. Okay, and here we have this image, and here we have the 40, here we have the 60, then we have this copy, and here we can have this. Here we have failure is the contaminant that gives success. Okay, very big words, I like it. And here you can see that we can just okay, so failure is the condiment success. So what we can do, we can just paste this, and here we have the success, and here we can add a span tag here. Okay, and here we can add the style. So the color would be 09D665. So here we have the 09D665 like this, and for this we're gonna have some smaller size like this, and this is 1.0. Then we have this lorem ipsum here. Okay, and here we have the Poppins font. Then we can copy this, paste it, and here we can write download CV. Okay, and here we can have this. Then we have like this, and for the last one we can have this here 40, 30. Okay, so I think about the section is also done. Then we can move to the my skill section. So let me save this first, and after saving let me refresh this once, and after refreshing let's go below. You can see that we have this working, and we have to just put there some spaces like this. So for putting the space we can go to this, and here you can see that we have this. So let me put this to 60, and let's publish. Okay, then after that we have to make this my experience and skill section. Okay, so let's go to the next section. Here you can see that we have this section. So let's make this now. So for making this we have to add a new container. This is the bigger container. Here we have the skills. So let's name this skills here, and we can add 1300 max width. Here we have the 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom. Okay, we can skip this. and here you can see that we have this two section. So for that we can add one container. Let's make this one. Okay, let's make this one. Then inside that we have two more container. We can name this 1 and 1.
Last match of
And we can duplicate this container now. So we can go to this one. So now after that we can add this here, and here we can write my experience. Here we can use the Poppins font. Let me increase the font size of this. Okay, then after that we can add here a green color, and we can just copy this from here. So always copy your sections, okay, let's copy this, and we can go to this and we can paste it here. Here we can write experience and skill. Okay, so here we can write experience and skill, and we can copy this and paste it here. Okay, then after that you can see that we have this lorem ipsum value here. So for that we can copy this lorem ipsum here and we can paste it here. Okay, and here we have this one-on-one. We can make everything in the center, and for this we can use this. We can copy this container style also, and we can paste it here like this. Okay, and here you can see that we are getting some space between that, so we can go like this. So we have this skills and experience section here ready. Now let's publish it before we lose any changes. So next save this. Let's refresh this, and here we have this. Now let's add these grids, and we can add a grid here. We can add a new container here by clicking on this. We can name this 2. Okay, and here we can have these grids here. So let's add a grid here. Here we can add 3. So we can choose 3 by 1. Okay, we can remove all of this, and here we can add okay, we don't want this. We can add a new container here. Okay, and here we can have some padding 30. We have some padding here 30, and okay, then we have this main container. Inside this we have the this container. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let me copy this and we can paste it here. Okay, then we can have this title. Let me copy this like this, and let's after that we can also copy this and paste it here. So this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste your sections anywhere, and just we have to make this size little. Okay, and here we can have this okay, and here we can have the divider, and here we can have the gap here. Here we can have the width of this to 2.5 like this, and here we can see that we have the container. Here we have the border value to 2, and here we can have very light border. Okay, like this, and we can also have this border radius like 10, and let's put more like this here 51 like this, and also we have to add hover effect on this. So let's add this hover effect. Let's go to border solid, and here we have the 2, and here we have the green color. Okay, and here you can see that we have the 10 border here. Okay, like this. Okay, then you can see that we have this. Or okay, so one thing is left. We don't have added this one value here like this. So that is very simple. You have to just add a new text here, and let's make this 01. Then we can make this. Let's make this word. Then after that, we have to increase this size. This to 100. Let's make this 100. And first let's make this position absolute, and we can make this like this here. Okay, and here we can make this gray color like this. You can see this is this is visible but not fully visible. Then we can just paste it here everywhere. You can just paste it here like this. This is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste those sections. First made any sections and then paste it like this. Also, in the latest version of the Elementor version 4, we are getting so much power that we are having the variables now, CSS classes. We have to just put the classes. Okay, so I will make the videos on that also. Soon it will go full final version. I think right now it is in the beta version. That's why I'm not using and making any websites on this. But I will soon make the websites on this also. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna learn side by side how to use that also. So let's publish this. I think this is done. Now we have to make this. So let's save this, and let's refresh our front end to see the changes are there or not, because sometimes Elementor don't save. Okay, so we have the changes here. Okay, so this is also done. You have to just replace all of this content according to you. And now let's move to this section where we're gonna build this now. Okay, so now let's make this. So for making this, what we have to do, we have to just add a new container again like this, and here we can make this like progress or something. Okay, so here we can add this. Then here we can add some 40 to the top, and let's put 60, and below also let's put 60. Okay, I prefer to use it here 80. Now let's see, we have to find that widget. I also don't remember that widget here. I think this is the progress bar. So we are using this. So let me go below and see that widget is from the essential add-on. So we have to find it here. Okay, so here you can see that we don't have this right now. So how to enable that widget? So for enabling that widget, we can go to the backend, and here we can go to the essential add-ons. Here you can see that we have the elements, and here we can enable all elements and just save the changes. Then after that we have to just refresh it here. So it will enable all the hidden one also. So let's see, and we're gonna use that also now. Okay, so now after refreshing, let me search here progress. You can see that we have the EA, and this is the essential add-ons one. Okay, so now let's add this again. Here we can name this progress, and here I'm gonna use 1300, and here we can use the 80 and 80. Then we can search for here progress like this. Okay, so we have this. Okay, we have this now. So let's first go to this, and here we can have this green color. Also, what we have to do, we have to go to the background. Here this is done. Here in the typography, we want to have this in the uppercase. Let's change this fonts, and we can make this in the uppercase. We can just let's first make it white. Okay, let's make it white. And now we have to increase the font size and all. Okay, and here we can add some em value. Okay, so here we can write web development. So let me copy this from here, and we can copy this web development here. Okay, and here if I go below, we have the typography. Here we have the counter, and this also we can make this green. And here also we can just make this 1.2.5 em, and here we can increase the font size of this also. Okay, like this. And here we have the fill color. Let's make this height little. Let's make this 8, and let's make this background color also 8. 6, and this fill color also would be 6. Okay, we can make this here 8, and here in the background color also we can make this 8. Okay, so this is done. Now what we have to do, we have to just duplicate this. So I think we can use this grid here. So let's add this grid, because this will be same. So we can make this 2 by 2, and here we can make this like this. Now we can add a new container here. Okay, we can just drag and drop this here. Then we can just duplicate this. Okay, like this, and here we can go to the grid, and here we can add this here 40 like this, and here you have to just change this content and all. Like here we can change anything, and here we can change the name, and here we can just update the 75, how many percentage you want to write it here. And here we can change like graphic designer. Okay, DSIG, and I graphic designing. Okay, like this. Okay, let's update. And after that we have to go to this, and let's refresh it here. And after refreshing, if I show below, you can see that we have this section also ready. Okay, so now let's move to the next section, where we're gonna build the services and these sections now. Okay, so for making the services and solutions section, what we can do, we can just okay, so we can just duplicate this also. So let's duplicate this. Okay, and we can make this at the last, and here we can write this services. Okay, and here we can write services and solutions. Services and solutions. There we have the lorem ipsum value. Here we have the what we do. So here we can also change this, what we do, like this. You can change this sentence. Here you can see that we have this like this. So for that, what we can do now, if I go to the second one, you can see that we have the old grids here. So what we can do, we can just remove all of this. We can remove this grid also. Okay, we can remove this grid. Now we can add a new grid here, and this have the 3 by 1. Okay, and here you can see that inside the grid we have empty grid, so we can add a container here. Let's go to the grid, and here also we can make this. Let's add a container, and we can have this container 3. Four. And here also we can have this here gray, and we can make this to 10 pixel. Okay, now we can add the SVG. Okay, now the SVG we can use the icon here. Let's add the icon here, and we can go to the upload SVG, and we can upload the rest of the SVGs from here. So let's see how many SVGs we have. Okay, so this is uploaded. You have to upload again. This is bug when uploading I face every time. Okay, so here we have to use some icons. So I am gonna use some random icons again and again. And also you can use your own icons. Okay, so let's wait for it to upload, and I will get back to the video again. Okay, so let's use it here. Image also, we can use the image also. So let me use this image. So we can use this image. Also you can see that we have this heading here, so we can copy this heading from here. Okay, so every section you can copy from anywhere in the element. We can copy this and here we can have this like this. Okay, and here also we can copy the bottom. You can just put your own content. Okay, let's make this in the center also. And here also you can see that on the hover, when I go to the borders, here solid, here we have the 10, and okay, this is a border. Okay, so border width, so let's make this 2, and here we can put the gray color. Here also we can put the 2, and here we can put the green color. Border just would be 10. Okay, like this, and here we can just duplicate it, and here we can put the 30, 40. And you can see that here we have everything white. We can just click on this and we can make everything in the white here. So you can see that we have the blackish color. So we can make this in the green first, then after that we can just go, and here you can see that everything is the white. Okay, and here also we have the same. Okay, so you have to just upload all of this content, and this section is also ready. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna make this latest working and project this section. Okay, so now let's make this section. So for making this section, we're gonna again copy this, duplicate this. So let's duplicate this here, and after that here you can see that we can write our projects. Okay, and here we have the latest working project. Here we have the latest working projects. Okay, and here if I go below, we have this grid, so we can remove this grid here. See, okay, so we have to find that carousel here. CAROUCAROULCL. So where is that carousel, baby? Here we have the carousel, baby. So here you can see that we have to make this like this. Here you can see that this is sliding. So we can make this. So for making this, let me first remove all of these paddings, and here we can add a new container. Okay, and here we can add this flip box here, and for the flip box we can use the settings here, slide from right, also you can see that in the back part we only want one title, so we can just remove these titles here. We can also remove this button title here. Okay, so this is the title. Here we can write any Ceylon Nanda. Okay, so here you can write any random, means not the random name, I am putting the random name, but you can put your project names and all like this. Okay, so for the front part we want the one image, so let's put any project image here. Okay, that's it. Then if we go to the background, here we're gonna choose the background of the gray color. Okay, and let's put some padding here, 40, 100, 150. Okay, here we can put 70. Okay, 70 is looking good. And again you can see that we have any real estate project name, so we can just put it here like real estate website, and here you can put this about that. Here we can use the full. Okay, then here you can see that here we have the front title. Here we can have this any fonts here if you want. You can choose according to the font. Here we can remove this. Everything is in the line now. So you can see that this is looking good. Okay, and we can just increase the, so you can just play with that image width here the image width. Okay, so you can just increase and decrease this like this. Okay, this is looking good. Now we have to just go to the carousel, and here you can remove the next else. So we can just duplicate this how many times you want to add, and now you can see that we have this working carousel here. Also we can put some gap here, so we can choose it here 1, but by default it is looking good. So I think we can make this slide on display 3, and slide to scroll we can make this how many slide you want to scroll at one time. So we can choose it here 2 or 1. I will choose 1. Okay, now let's go to the settings. Here we can add the 3. Here we can keep the pause and interaction here, so all of this. So here we don't want the dots, so we can make this sooner. And here for the pagination, you can see we have to add this like this at the top. So for adding that, what we can do, we can just make this in the end, and we can make this in the top. Okay, and we can also make this in the end and make this in the top. Next arrow. Okay, now let's go to the styles. Here in the navigation, here you have the background type, and here we can make this green, make this white, and here we can make this size to 25, and here we can make the padding to 30. Okay, here we can make the 10, 12, and also we can just go to the navigation, and here we can make this here we can make this em value, and let's wait for it to load, and after that we can just make it to the top. So you can see that the arrow is moving to the top, 7 minus 7, and we can also put some horizontal distance here. Okay, 60, and this would be also minus 7. Okay, minus 7. Okay, so we have put the wrong this here in the vertical position. We want to put the minus 7. So let's make this to the top here, and here we can make this like 70, and you can see that here we have the text, so we can make this width to the custom value like this. Okay, so this is done, I think. Now you can see here we have the colors like this. So let's make the colors also like that. So we can go to the carousel styles. Here are the navigation. Okay, so here in the background, let's make this like this. Here we can make this green. Border type would be solid. Here we can have the border to be 3. Border color would be green. Okay, and border radius would be 3. Here we have the background color would be this, and here we can have this to green like this. Okay, then after that padding would be 10, and here we have this. Now let's publish. Then after that, let's see if I go to this and we're gonna refresh this here. And after refreshing, let's go below, and here you can see that we have this projects, and this slider is also working. Also, this is auto slide. You can just add your current projects here like this. And let me show you how to make this clickable. So I think we have some options here to make this clickable, and you can see that here you have the images and all. Okay, so here you can see that everything is done. Okay, so in this way you can add this type of things. Okay, and if you want to make this clickable, just click on this container, and here you will find HTML tag and all, so you can make this nav a link, or then you can make this clickable also. Okay, so in this way you can make this clickable also. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the testimonials and other sections. Okay, so let's move to the next section where we're gonna make this client section. So for that, what we have to do, you can see that here we have the project, so we can duplicate that again, and we're gonna use the same layout again. We can just remove that. Okay, so I will show you the smartest way to make the websites. Okay, so we are using the AI now, so we are in the smart world, and you can also make how to use these things to make websites. So you can see that we have the client to sales, and here we have the lorem value. All will be same, just we can go to this second one. Here you have the carousel, and here we have this let's remove all of this. Then inside this we have this container, and inside this you can see we have the flip box, so we can delete this flip box from here. So now you can see that we have to make this. So first we can go to this container. Let's make this color gray, and we can put some padding here like 40. Okay, then we can put the 40, and here we can make the full width. Here also we can make this full width. Okay, then here we can add one more container, and we can just duplicate this here, and here we can just make this page within center. Then here we can make this 30, and here also we can make this 70, and here we can choose any random image. Okay, and here we can choose the we can choose the mask option here. We have the mask option here. We can choose this circle, and now we can go to this okay, so this is the parent one. We can make this like this. Here we can add here we can add icon. Here you can choose this icon. Here we can search for the quote icon. You can make this color here green. Okay, then we can go to this heading here. Okay, don't use the heading, let's use the para, and here we can use this so let me use this only. Here we can make this postal font, and I am gonna make this uppercase, and we're gonna increase this, okay, like this. And here we can make this 600. Here we can make this white. Okay, we can decrease the size of this to 30. Point 2. Okay, then again we can just make it here this, and here we can write Jack Mantio Senior. Here we can write Jack Manto Senior, and here we can also make this Poppins, and here we can make this white like this. Okay, like this. So now what we can do, we can just go to the carousel, and here we can make this lights, and here we can make this 1. Okay, so here we can now, you can see that these arrows are above. So we can fix that arrow, we can go to the navigation, and here you can see that we have this, we can make this little, can make this 6. Here we can also make this 6. Okay, that's it, let's publish. So here you can see that we have built the client section also. Okay, now let's refresh it here, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have the client section also ready, and this is also working fine. Okay, so in this way you can make website very fast by using the Elementor. So now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this prices, and then we're gonna build this blog section and some more sections left. Now let's build this prices section. So you can see that this is almost same to the top, so this is the same section, so we can use this, and we can again now come here and we can paste it here. Okay, like this, and we have to just tweak some changes only. Here we can write overall prices, and here we can write prices. Okay, and here we can write our pricing. Then here you can see that we have this. So right now you can see that we have almost same layout, but there is little difference. This part is that we can make this for small businesses, so we can just go here for small businesses. Okay, and we can make this thing green here. Then we can have this divider, here. Okay, and here we can also use that this part. Okay, here. And here you can see that now we can copy this and we can paste it below. This will be $104. Here we can make this 47. Then we can have this here, and here we can write per month. Okay, then after that we have to copy the button from the top. So let's go here. Let's go here and we're gonna copy this button, so we can keep this button. So let me go below, and here we can just go after that with getting started. And here we have this button. This is looking good, I think, rather than white. If you want white, you can also put it there. Just you have to change the styling now. So now you can see that we have this grid, we have this container. So let's remove the next other container like this, and we're gonna duplicate this only. Okay, and here we have to just make this color to green. Okay, and here also we can make this white, and here also we can make this white, and this will be green. Okay, and on hover we can make this white. On hover we can make this white. Okay, and here you can see that we have the border color. Also we can make this black. Okay, so if I go here, you can see that we have these things looking good, I think. So you can just customize all of these colors according to you. Okay, and here you can see that we have the influencer, agency and enterprise section. influencer. नेट चालू करो. Influencers. Here we have the agency. And here we have the enterprise now. So you have to just replace all of this. Okay, and here we can just update all of this. Okay, so let me change my Wi-Fi. Okay, let's change this Wi-Fi. Changes the Wi-Fi here we can, let me copy this first. Okay, here you can just replace all of this content. Okay, you have to replace this icon and what are the pricing you want to show. You can just replace all of these things. So let's publish this, and we have built the prices section also ready. Now let me refresh this here. Okay, then after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this prices section also ready. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the blocks. Okay, so for making the blocks, what we can do, we have to just again copy this. So let's this time we're gonna copy this section, testimonial section. Okay, we can copy this here, and we can just go at the last here. Okay, let's go at the last, and here we can have the latest news and blogs. So we can just so we can go here and we can say search for latest news and blogs. We can rename this, and here we can search for this. Okay, and the latest news and blogs, and here we can write working process. Okay, then inside the carousel we have this is the parent one, and we can just remove this. We can only keep the first parent. Okay, so this is the parent one. We can make this to 0. Okay, now let me go to this carousel. We can duplicate this little bit, and here also we can make this 3, and we can also this is the one only. So let's see. Okay, now you can see if I go here, I have this carousel. We can just remove all of this padding, extra padding from 3 slides. Okay, here we have the parent one. Then we can add an image. So let's find this image. Okay, so the size of the image would be custom, and here we can write 500 by 400. Let's apply these changes. Here we can also make this 300 changes. Okay, and here we can add a new container. Okay, so let me see. Here we can add a new container below that. So let me add a new container. Okay, so we can have this container inside this. So we can just choose the parent one, and we can just make this like this. Okay, like this, and we can make this 0, and here this container we can make this white color. So remember this structure, and here we can put that value of 20. Okay, now here we can just drag and drop this. Here we can write December 17, 2019. December 17, 2019. Okay, and here also we can increase and decrease the font size. Here we can make this black. Then we can add a heading here. Addiction when gambling becomes. Addiction when gambling becomes. And this would be Oswald. And here we can make this black. Okay, then we can search for the read more button also you can use the list. So let's use this list here. Here we can search for the arrow. Okay, we can search for this arrow, and here we can write read more. Okay, here we can just have this green color, and here we can have this color also, green color. We can make this uppercase. And make this like this. Okay, so this is done. Now what we can do, we can just click on this carousel here, and here we can just remove the rest, and here we can just duplicate it like this. Also we can just go to the I think style part. Here we have this value, so we can just make this 30. So we can put some gaps here. Okay, so in this way you can see that we have successfully built the slider also. How fast you have to just replace this content, like we can replace this here. Similarly, in this way you can replace all of this content, and you can also add link to this read more button. Okay, that's it. Let's publish this, and after that let me okay, so you can see that we have just made one time slide, and we are using that slide again and again. We have made one time grid, and we are using it again and again. Okay, so in this video I want to show you that you can make any one design in Elementor, and you can use it multiple times. Okay, so you can see that our block section is also ready, and this is also working fully fine. So all the sections are left, only our header and footer are left. So let's make that also. Okay, so let's move to the next section where we're gonna make this newsletter section. So for making this section, what we have to do, we have to add a new container here like this, and we can add this like this. So we can name this here newsletter, and here we can write 1300 max width, and here also we can put some like edit to the top, edit to the bottom. Okay, here we can put here and here we can put this. Okay, and here you can see that we have the newsletter section here, and here we can have this newsletter section here. Okay, and here you can see that we have the newsletter section. So now we can search for the form here. Okay, and here we can search for the email message, and here we can delete this, and we can here make this 80%, and for the button we can have this, and here also we can make this 20%. Okay, and if I go to this, here we can make this like this. Okay, everything would be centered, is nice. So for that we can use this custom width, and we can adjust its width like this. Here we can make this 30. Here we can write enter your email. Okay, and here we can write subscribe. Okay, and here we can scribe, and here in the form also you can just go to this text color. You can make this black. Okay, and here we can have this green. Okay, for the field we have this gray color. Text color will be white. Okay, so this background color would be here. Here we have the column gap would be 20. Okay, like this. Now let's publish. And here you can see that we have this here you can see that we have this now. We can make everything in the center. Here we can have it to the top, it to the bottom, and here we can have this image. Okay, and for this image we have this CSS filter. Saturation would be like this, and for the hover we have the saturation full, and hover would be grow and rotate like this. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so here we have to just replace this content. Okay, so we can replace all of this content here. Here we have this. Okay, so let me save this now, and now let's okay, so now if I go below, you can see that we have this type of links also. But now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the header and footer now. Okay, so now let's move to the final part of the video where we're gonna build the header and footer now. So for that we have to go to the templates, and here you can see that we have the theme builder. So let's open this theme builder, and first we're gonna make the footer. So footer is very small. You can see that boundary we have this type, this footer, and all of this in this are in the hero section. So for making this footer, let's go to this footer part, and here we can add some footer like here we can just add one section like this, and here we can write footer. Okay, and here we can write 1300 max width, and here we can write 60 to the top, 60 to the bottom. Here also we can make this black. Okay, and here we can search for the list here. Here we can make this list like this. Okay, and here we can have this home. Then we can duplicate all of this. Here we can write about. About here we can add services, blogs, and here we can write contact. Okay, and here we can put some gap between this also. You can put the gap of 30. Let's first change this to white, and here we can make this Okay, so here also we can make this have this hover effect green. Okay, now let's me search for the icon list. Here we can have copyright 2025, copyright when next frame, all right reserved. Here we can make this footer like this. Okay, like this. Let's publish add condition, and this would be entire site. And here we can just duplicate this, and let's go below, and in the below you can see that we have the footer ready. Only one thing is not good, that we have not put any border, so let's put the border here solid, and we can make this to green. Let's publish this now. Now let's try to refresh it again. And after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this. Here also we have some more hovers this. So we can just go to the newsletter, and here we can have some less value like 40. Okay, let's publish. Now if I go here and try to refresh this, here you can see that we have this arrow, and this is also looking good now. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we gonna build the menu. So for making the menu, first we have to make some for making the header. First we have to make some menus, because right now we don't have any menus. So let's make this menu and name the final menu, and this would be header in create menu. Okay, then after that we have to write home about skills. So let me add this home. Then here we can write about, and here we can write services, home about services, skills project testimonial, and here we can write skills, skill projects. Okay, and also we can have this contact, save the menu. Then we can go to this templates, then we can go to the theme builder and open this. You can go to this header. Then we have this header, and here we can write 1300. Okay, then here we can add some 10 to the top, 10 to the bottom. Then here we can search for the list. Here we can just drag and drop them. Okay, then here we can search for the user. Then here we can increase the font size to 35. Okay, and here we can have the visual font, and here we can increase the font size. Uppercase, and here we can make this 6. Here we can make this green color, and we can also make this the frame part and here we can make this to color white. Okay, like this, and here we can search for the WordPress menu. Okay, and let me show you one thing also, that we can copy our button from here also. Suppose I want to copy this, then I can copy this from home page to different tabs to this. Okay, so here we can have this. Here I have this also, so I can make this 15. And here we can see that we have this uppercase. Can make this white. Okay, and here we can hover this color green. Okay, and here we can have this background sweep up. There are so many animations, like we can use the sweep right. Here we are using the sweep up animation, but here we can use the sweep up, sweep right. Here we can make the full width, the side to be centered. This is for the mobile part. Okay, then again we can put some space within, like this 10. Okay, like this. And then let's make this sticky. We can click on this header main parent container. Then we have to go to the motion effect. Here you will find the sticky at the top like this. Okay, like this. Now let's publish, and this would be entire site. Now let's refresh it here, and again you can see that on the active side, I think we have not made this white. Let's make this white. Okay, now let's refresh. So you can see that we have this fully working. Okay, and you can see that we have successfully built our whole website. Now let's me show you how we can do the animation part. So you can see that for the animation, if I come here and refresh, you can see we have these animations here, we are kept that animations. It will look like that. Okay, so this is the animation. So let me show you how you can do that. So you can put the animations anywhere. So but I want to show you that we can put this animation in the container also. So you can put these animations anywhere. Just you have to choose. Suppose you want to choose, make the animation in this text and all, you can put it there also. So let's put it on the container. Go to advanced. By choosing the container, go to advanced. Then here you will find the here you will find the motion effect. Here you will find the entrance animation. So here we can write slide in left, and this would be fast and 20 to 50. And here also we can make this additional effect, and here also we can make this motion effect. This animation would be slide in right animations fast, and this would be 100. Okay, so in this way we can put the animations everywhere, and this is the delay time. You can, if you want to make the sequence animation, first have some 50, then for the next have 100, then for the next have 140. So like in this way it will come in a sequence in a delay time. So if I refresh it here, you can see the animation will work here like this. Okay, so in this way we can make the animations. Now let me show you the mobile part of this. So for making the mobile part of the video, let me refresh this once. So we can load our header and footer also here. So let's refresh this. See that we have successfully loaded this. Now let's go to the responsive part here. From here you can just do the responsive part. So let's first click on this title, and here we can just have 30, 35, 40. Okay, and here we can see that we have the hero, and here we can write like a 60, 20. Here we can write 60 and 20. Okay, like this. Then we can do this like here also 60 and 20 and 60 and 20. Okay, here also we can make this to 40. Okay, so in this way we have to do this for all. Like here we can also do the same. Okay, so the process is same, and then again you have to go here and just make it 35. Okay, so in this way you have to do it for all of this. Okay, so here you can see that if you have DF padding, just click on this, Here you can just add the 30 paddings. It will give you 30 padding. Okay, in this way you can go to the below, and here also we can put it 40. We can put it 40. Okay, so in this way we can do it for all. So like this. Okay, so in this way we can do this for all, and just we have to follow the same step. Just change the width and all. Okay, so you can see that we can do this for all, and the same manner. Okay, so let me show you that how we can do that else, because I think you will be confused. So for that, let me go here and we can again make this, like here we can make this 60, 20, 60 and 20. Here again we can make this to 35. So in this way, this is already responsive, and here we can have the 60, 20 and 60. So we can have the 60 and this will be 20, 55. Okay, so in this way we can put it here, all of these things. Okay, so you can see that this is already done, then you can put it here. Okay, and here also we can make this to 35. So all of these things are fully responsive. Then here the prices section also. Okay, and this is also same, maybe 35. Then we have the block section here. Then make this 60, 20, 3 and 20. Okay, so in this way we can make every section responsive. I hope you understand how we're gonna make this type of website using the Elementor. And if you're gonna make this website using the coding, then it will require very much time. Okay, let's publish. Then we have this also and this also. So footer, so for making the footer responsive, what we can do, we can just click on this footer, and then after that it will load the footer inside this only. Then we can click on this and we can make this in the center. Also we can have this like this. Okay, so this is responsive now. Now if you want to make the header, right now you can see that we have the header like this. For making this also we can just click on this header, and we don't want this button in the header, so let's click on this, and here we have the responsiveness. Okay, we can hide that from tablet or mobile, and here we can have the 10. Okay, and here you can see that for the toggle button we can have this to green and we can have this to white. For the drop down, well, the hover color we can make this to white. Let's publish. Okay, so I think we have successfully built our whole website. Only some things are left, like we have to add the scroll to the button, and also we have to link our these things so they can go to their respective sections. Else I think everything is done. This is the mobile part also. This is looking good, I think. Okay, so you can see that whole website is fully working, and we can just add the rest things which are left. So for adding this, like we can click on somewhere, we are getting this IDs. So for that we can just go to edit page, and here we have to put the CSS ID in the respective sections. Okay, now let's add this CSS ID. So first we have to add the CSS ID in this about. So you can also go this to this navigator. That's why we have added this to all of these things in the navigator. That's why we rename all of this. So we can name this about. Then after that you can see that we have the skill section here. So we can just click on this. Let's go to the advanced, and here we will find the CSS ID here, and here we can also Okay, it is still loading. So let's open this. Okay, so in this way you can go to every sections, whichever section you want to add the CSS ID. So I think let's add this here. Okay, so I think this is stuck. So, but I hope you understand how you can add the CSS ID like we have added here in this about. If I show you that how we can add it here, the ones, and here if you can see that I have added like that. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's open this again because this is I think stuck. Or let's try to add it again. Okay, so I hope Elementor increase its loading speed. That's what we want really. Okay, so this is still working now. Skills. Okay, so in this way we can put to every, like here we can make this section as services, so we can name this services. Okay, so in this way we can put all of the CSS IDs there. Now let's refresh it one more time. If I go here and we can just refresh it here. If I just refresh it here, you can see that when I click on the about, it will take me to the about services skills. Okay, so all of these are working. Okay, I hope you understand how you can build this type of awesome website. Now let me show you quickly how we can add this scroll to top button. So for that we have to go to the plugins, and in the plugin we have to add a new plugin. So let's add a new plugin, and we can search for the plugin WP Front. Okay, let's search for that plugin WP Front Scroll. We can install this plugin. This is a very good plugin. This will work for all the pages. Okay, so right now you can see that we have put the CSS ID here, but you can put your other pages here also. Just you have to design them by using the Elementor, and then you can just link their pages by going to the menus. Okay, so in this way, let's see. So this is activated. Okay, so I think there is some network issues. We can just auto hide, means hide on WP admin. Here we can choose random colors. So our website has green theme, so let's choose green and let's use it. Here you can also choose so much custom URL, means you want to use any another icon of your type, you can just put it there. Here are also so much informations, you can just go through all of them, but I don't prefer they are useful. Only the useful thing is that we want that scroll to the button. So I think let's refresh this here. Let's refresh this. Now it is still refreshing. Okay, so you can see that we have this scroll to the button like this. Now when I click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Okay, so we have successfully built our whole website, and this is also fully responsive for the smaller screens. You can see that. Okay, so I hope you understand how we can make this type of awesome website using the Elementor and the WordPress. Also, if you want to buy all of these, also if you want to get all of these images, all the links are in the video description. All the images are free. If you want to buy this pre-made website kit ready, so you can just buy that from the video description at very affordable rates. Okay, and please like and share our videos with friends. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe to this channel, and I'm gonna see you next time.